Hi, this is John from Final Cut Pro Classes, and today's tutorial is about how and when to use proxies. You know, if you bring in some footage into your Final Cut and it stutters and it just won't play properly, or you're getting the spinning wheel between clicks, maybe proxy is the solution for you. Let's get started. So here as usual, I have a random timeline with some stuff in it. And this green screen clip is actually a pretty big clip. It's a 4K clip. And when I play it in the timeline, it stutters, it stops, it stutters, it stops, and I can't really work like that. So I would have to make proxies, would make it a lot faster for me to work. If you go to view on the top menu here and you say proxy only, you'll see everything goes offline because you haven't made proxies. But now I'm going to show you how to make proxies. So I'm going to go view and I'm going to go back to, let me see my original optimized media. So if this clip isn't playing correctly, I'm going to make a proxy out of it. I'm going to right click it. I'm going to say reveal in my browser so I don't have to find it. And I see it here. So I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to go File, Transcode, Media. And then here I'm going to say create a proxy media. And I want the frame size. I can make it 50%. I can make it 25% of the frame size. I'll make it 50% of the frame size. That should be good enough to make this play smoothly. I could also pick H.264. ProRes proxy is good for me because I'm on a Mac, but you know, H.264 would work just as good. So I'm gonna hit OK, and it's gonna start making a new file that's a lower res that it's gonna reference when it plays the clip, when I tell it to use proxy. So now, when I go to view and I say I wanna see proxy files, proxy only, you can see everything else goes offline because there is no proxy for these, but this is now a proxy. So this is going to play smoothly now when I go through the timeline. Now the way to get these to play without making proxy is I can just say, go to view, and I'm going to say proxy preferred. So that means if there is proxy, it's going to play it. If there's not proxy, it's going to play the original source. So you can make proxy out of anything. So if I was having trouble playing one of these clips here, you know, I would just go find it in the browser here, and I would click it and I would say make proxy out of that. So I would go here to transcode media and I would say ProRes and I'll keep it at 50% and I'll say OK. And it's going to make proxy out of that. So now when I go to proxy only, I'll see that that one's going to show too. But I can always say, you know, just proxy the ones that I need to proxy. So I can just say proxy preferred, and the ones I proxied because I had a problem with it, those are going to play in proxy, the rest will play in original media. So basically it's making new files. So if I go to my library, and I'll just say, right click my library and say reveal in Finder, makes it a lot easier. You can see that Final Cut Pro made a folder next to my library called Final Cut Proxy Media. And if I open that up, and I open up the folder, I can see that this MVI 218 is a proxy, which is this one right here. And if I open up the other one, there's my green screen proxy right there. So these files are a lot smaller than the original files, and they play a lot easier. So really, I don't have to proxy the whole project if I don't have to. I'll just proxy the things that aren't playing correctly. And then I would just go to view proxy preferred. So it plays what has proxy and it plays original media, what has original media in it. No worries about this. No worries about this offline here. Final Cut takes like a minute to pop that thing in while you're working. The other thing is when you import, you can just say make proxy on the import. So when you're importing stuff and you know it's going to be a problem and you go import media. So here on my desktop, I have another 4K movie here, but this time I'll say make proxy movie. So I'll go down here and say click the create proxy media here. I'll keep it at ProRes 50%. I'm not going to copy the files into the library because the files are on the same drive as the library, so I don't want to double the space because this is going to make space here. It's going to take a little bit of space to make the proxy files. So if I do that, let me move this window over, the proxy will come in automatically. It takes time to make the proxy. So basically right now it's making it until it's online and until it's done. You'll see it offline when you go to proxy, but as soon as it's done, it's going to pop in. So if I say proxy only, I can see this is proxy here, the other ones aren't. So basically I would go to proxy preferred if I'm making just a couple things proxy, so I can play my timeline smoothly. I don't get the spinning wheel. Anyway, I hope this helps you understand when and how to use proxies, and I hope you like this tutorial, and subscribe or like, and see you next time. Thank you.